Hi there. Thank you for being here. So I've been feeling called to do this type of reading for a while now. And this is just an energy check-in specifically for the Pisces North Node collective. So the North Node is about your soul purpose, your soul mission, what you are here to learn, to embody, to tap into, so that you can fully complete your purpose as a being in this human experience. And I'm pulling these cards, I've been almost a year now, I've just been feeling this intuitive ping to do this reading for myself and the collective because, it is a large portion of time, and it is also such an important aspect of this being in the human experience. And so I'm going to do these readings when I'm intuitively guided and called to. And today is there's that first card. Today is 8/8. So let's start this today at 11:40 p.m. Okay, there's the second card, Ace of Wands, as I said that, right? So starting something new today, starting a new cycle. I did a live drum circle on my YouTube earlier this evening, and it was really, really powerful. I guided you through the activation and amplification of a mama manifestation on an inner guided shamanic journey. And that was empowered by the goddess Sekhmeth, and as well as the Syrian emissaries. And it is available for replay. So, whenever you receive that transmission, if that calls you, is exactly when it is meant for you. Okay. All right. So what's going on with this Pisces collective? The energies have been really, really intense right now. The energies have been about deep inner self-reflection. Who am I? How am I showing up in this world? And we just had that nodal shift in Aries, where, we are literally starting this cycle for the next 18 months, where the question of I in relation to the we is going to be a big theme in our personal lives and in our professional lives, in our communal lives, in our familiar lives. So there's that fourth one. Yeah, Knight of Wands. So, leaving behind the past and literally starting a new cycle, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Okay, King of Wands. Okay. So the first row is the collective energy of the Pisces North Node. And let's look at what is being illuminated at this time. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So as we are in a new cycle with the Aries North Node starting something new, I'm starting something new where I'm going to be pulling these cards specifically for the Pisces North Node collective, because the Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. Okay, whether you look at the 12 or the 13 lunar calendar, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. So the Pisces North Node, has this huge, cosmic quantum responsibility, and we all share a piece of that. And it's about, the water. It's about the depths of our consciousness. It's about that Christos energy. Two of Cups, as I said that, it's about that divine union energy, that blueprint that has been missing from our girth consciousness, or not necessarily missing, but rather, repressed. There's been a minority, shall we say, that has continued to hold on to the Christos code. So those of us who are in this Pisces North Node collective, I've been sitting deep in this journey for several years after having worked through my South Node. I mean, I'm always going to be working on it, right? My South Node is Virgo, and I'm also a Virgo sun. So it's been fucking hellacious, I tell you what, working through that South Node. It's not a joke, okay? You go from being earth to water. We're going to get cards for what is the guidance. Okay. So this next 18 months, you know, I've been meditating on this energy for the last like 6 months. Actually, for the last year, since I had my birthday last year and about a month away from my solar return, I've been meditating deeply on, okay, you know, I passed my 33rd year, the year 33. If you're on the spiritual path, okay, and this reading is going to hit like that select group who's really on their path, who's really honoring their soul mission, who are being called into, you know, their higher purpose and their higher timeline. You know, we are being activated to really be that final push through the underwaters, through the currents, to bring what's underneath, under the surface, up to the surface, so that we can really step into this next stage of our evolution. You know, Pisces, North Node. It's deep. It's deep. There's so much underwater that has just been, you know, shit's just been thrown into the fucking ocean. You look at the ocean, okay? If you want to talk about Pisces energy, you know, there's so much in the ocean that has not yet been discovered. Look at that, King of Swords. As I said that, okay? There's so much in the depths of the ocean, in the depths of the Piscean consciousness that has not yet been tapped into. And, you know, oh, so this is coming through right now. Look at that, the 19, and this thought just came to me of, you know, we are I'm getting this image from this movie, and I can't remember. So if you know what this movie is, help me out. Basically, it's this movie where the guy is, you know, he's the last... The Bourne Ultimatum, that Bourne guy, you know, where they're like, they call him when it's the last resort, like the last people to call to clean shit up. That's kind of what I feel is this Pisces North Node energy, especially in this current now, in this timeline. The fucking Zero Green Man flew out of the deck. If that is not a confirmation that this is a huge journey that the Pisces North Node Collective is stepping into in these next 18 months with this Aries North Node energy, fucking Zero just came out. Like, yes, we are literally entering this place of unknown where we are holding the front line, so to speak, for the collective wave that's going to now really, you know, come through. We are the frontiers. That's the word. We are the frontiers. Page of Wands. Okay. All right. So let's look at this. What is the collective energy of the Pisces North Node right now? King of Cups, Ace of Wands, Two of Swords, Knight of Wands, King of Wands. So we have two kings on the outside of this container with this Pisces energy, okay? So basically, you know, there is a deep heart and spirit awakening that has happened in the Piscean consciousness. Like, it's like the mind and the heart, the links just clicked. And that's a big connection to make in any kind of soul growth healing journey. That's a very powerful connection to connect, because the wands is the mind, it's the east. The cups is the water, it's the west. So it's like this line of connection. But what's in between them? It's fire, it's the south, right? So you have to go through fire to get water. When you mix wind and air and earth, you get water. Okay? So the connection of the mind and the heart, and then inside that you have the Ace of Wands, that first spark of aha, of knowing, of intuition, and then the Knight of Wands taking action towards that, and smack dab in the center, Two of Swords, making choices, making decisions, listening to that intuition and that inner call that's saying, this is how you show up in service. Do your fucking dishes, clean your toilet. Stop sitting on this idea, talking about myself here. Stop sitting on this, you know, messages that I've been getting for many years, because I've been working with astrology very intimately for almost 10 years now, like really learning about each aspect of my natal chart and how it hits me, how my Chiron sits in my chart, how my Mars sits in my chart, how my, you know, my you know, all the different aspects, the 12 and then the asteroids and everything else, you know, and learning about that, literally observing myself through that, you know, this deep alchemical journey. I see this within myself of like, okay, it's time to share this because we're all going through this, right? What I'm reading for you, I'm also going through. And smack dab in the center, like decisions are being made now of what changes need to be made to really bring ourselves fully online. That Aries energy of who the fuck am I, in the Piscean energy, the first and the last, like meeting in this fucking fiery ass soup of this hot ass summer that we're in, of the like very intense transformative energies that we've been in this year. You know, it's just all building. And it has these decisions. So it's like this symbiotic relationship. You know, at the center is the Two of Swords. Then you have Ace of Wands, King of Cups. Okay? Then you have Knight of Wands. Can I hold all of them? Okay, and then you have the King of Wands, okay? In the center, Two of Swords, making decisions. What do I need to change in my life right now to step into the who the fuck I am? Okay, Ace of Wands, first step, wake up, take a shower, eat breakfast, you know, meditate, journal, do yoga, whatever, affirmations. You want to start a business, okay, we got to take baby steps, right? Listening, decision making in the center by listening to that intuition, taking action, you know, Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands, Nine of Wands. What's connecting that? Decisions. And then on the outside, what does that activate? That activates greater love and compassion for self and greater, deeper inner knowing, greater trust in self. Okay? More trust in self, more decision making. More decision making, more trust in self. More trust in self, more love for self. More love for self, more decision making. You see that? That's a feedback loop that's happening right now. That's what's been ignited through this Lionsgate portal, which, by the way, is not just today. It's the 8/8 day is not just the Lionsgate. It's when the energies are at a peak in a straight line. Theoretically, it's more about the energetics and the numerology, and I talked about it in my live on YouTube earlier. It's not about the astrology really today. It's really about the energy and the numerology. But anyway, you know, it's created because there's so much attention on this energy, right? If less people gave attention to the importance of doing the thing on 8/8 rather than, you know, tuning into the actual astrology, you would actually amplify the energy because you're working with the current. Like the way the numbers roll out in dates and times, like there is a method to the cosmic madness, okay? But the Gregorian calendar and then this human experience that has been cycled over and over for hundreds and thousands of years has created this myopic vision of, oh, shit can only be manifested on the 8/8 gateway, and so many people believe that. So it's created this opening, shall we say, and that's kind of the hilarity of the human consciousness, is that by trying so hard to create it, it actually makes things both extremely complicated and super simple, okay? But this attention on the 8/8 gateway has created a fixed black hole, white hole, okay? That's not a black hole. It doesn't like take, it's like a white hole. It creates, okay? But it's still limited in its capacity because it is still created within the construct of the ego, okay? And that's going to be work that happens over time, okay? That's going to be work that happens over time. First, we need to just get our shit in check, okay? And this is what that Pisces North Node, the frontiers, are feeling right now. Like, we gotta get our heads out of our asses and really step into our fullest power, because what comes after Pisces is the Aries, but the Aries is also in the game. And everything in between is going to feel that energy, because the Aries and the Pisces are literally the outside energies holding everything. So that's the collective energy, okay? Now let's look at what is going on with what's hidden. So we have Six of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Lord of Shadows in reverse, okay? Two of Cups and the Chariot. Movement on the outside. 7, big ass fucking movement. 6 of Swords, leaving behind the indecision, the overthinking, the constant need for external validation, whatever, everybody else's opinions. It's like tuning back into the heart. Six of Swords leading to the Chariot, big movement. First the internal shift, then the external shift. And that internal shift is followed by the Queen of Pentacles, right? Why is this internal shift happening? Because you realize that you're actually the fucking source. You're the source of wealth. You're the source of joy. You're the source of peace. You're the source of everything that you fucking want. And you don't have to put up with everybody's bullshit and drama and unresolved shit when you have your own pentacles and bags to worry about. You got your own bag to go get. Okay? So that's leading to a death reverse, which means the death is happening inside, which is awesome, right? Because inner death, or any kind of death really, leads to growth, but this inner death is followed by Two of Cups, because the death that's happening is this attachment to love outside of self. That's what feeds the ego, and that leads to big movement. So that's what's really going on deep in the subconscious right now. If you're like, I don't know what is going on, this is what's going on in the deep subconscious. A death of these old attachments to the external, fill in the blank. Okay, if things cycle in and out, this is the cycle of life. This is the natural cycle of life, death, rebirth. This is the natural cycle of rest, rise, and flow. Okay, this is the natural cycle that we're into. Sometimes we gotta let people go. We gotta let things go. We gotta let ideas go. We gotta let patterns go. We gotta let indecisions go, right? My indecision for like over a year doing this series, letting that go. That brings deeper harmony within self, because your masculine and feminine energy are coming into greater balance. Masculine, action. Feminine, receiving the message. Masculine, action. Feminine, receiving the message. Harmonizing that internal energy, because you realize that you are the source and you are the creator. And you have a responsibility to yourself. Above all. Perhaps you are responsible for other humans, other animals, other plants. Great. But all of that is going to fall apart if you're not taking care of yourself. Right? Deep intuitive knowing, ancient wisdoms of how to properly care for ourselves in alignment with the cycles, because our bodies are literally online. Like, there's been so much awakening within the planetary consciousness, and there's so many who are still doing this work very silently. I've been doing this work for almost 10 years and I'm now talking about it, right? And there are people who've been doing it a lot longer than me in this timeline alone. We're not even talking about like past lives. Okay, so what is the guidance? Okay, what's the guidance? That's ultimately what we want. Like, all right, we got clarity on what's the overall energy, what's the undercurrent that's happening. Now we really want to know, what do we do? So we start with the Page of Pentacles, we end with the Page of Wands. I find this really interesting, okay, that we started the reading with a king and a king on the outside. We end the reading with a page and a page on the inside. Talk about mirroring energies. But we start with the Page of Pentacles, which means that the attention right now is on the body. The attention right now is on the physical space. The attention right now is the tangible, the literal roots and foundations, which is exactly where you want to be. You want to be at that foundation. Because without the house, without the physical body, there's nothing else. There's nothing else. What do we go after the Page of Pentacles? All right, we recognize that we need to take action towards the body, followed by the King of Swords. Okay, executing action. No more pitter-pattering, dilly-dallying, double thinking about things. Okay, and if you're a cross-watcher, or if you're reading this, taking this reading as a, you have a prominent Pisces placement, that's great. Take the messages as they resonate. This is a collective energy reading. Okay, so just recognizing that you got to take care of your home, your body, your finances, your tangible affairs, executing that clarity. The 19, the Sun, that creates room for joy and innocence to come home. That creates room for more lightness of being, because you're literally cutting swords, cutting away the dead weight, cutting away the baggage, right? We saw the Six of Swords earlier, right? You're just cutting it off. You're like, fucking done. YOLO. You only live once in this body, in this timeline, in this experience. Life is short. Death could come at any time for anyone, including my ass. So am I going to sit here and keep complaining about what's not working, or am I going to go and do something about it? Recognizing what you can do about it, taking that action, creates room for joy, and that joy brings that new beginning, 0, which flew out earlier when I was like just collectively talking about the Pisces North Node energy. And then we end with the Page of Wands. Now we're at the beginning. Where do we start? We start by listening to our intuition. We start by listening to our intuition. And then we take action, the Knight of Wands, which is that present energy that was out at the beginning. So that creates that feedback loop again. So there's this fucking amazing portal that has just opened for this Piscean energy, with the Aries North Node being, you know, in the cosmic soup as well. Ignite that. What happens when you mix fire and water? You get steam. What is steam good for? Cleaning out those nasty ass pores. Okay? Steam is good for getting rid of the sticky shit that's in your consciousness. So use this new beginning and listen to that intuition that's telling you to do whatever it is you need to do. Clean out your closets, clean out your drawers, clean out your papers, get rid of projects that you started years ago that you're just not going to finish. Talking to my fucking self over here. Okay? Because this new beginning that's here, I'm going to pull 3 bonus cards of what is this potential new that's here, that is ready and waiting for us to step into once we take these action steps of taking care of our physical affairs. And 3 cards literally just flew out. 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, 7 of Swords. Okay? 3 of Pentacles, the union of mind, heart, body. Okay? Collaboration and connection with others. Healing and restoration within your body, within your mind, within your heart, within your home, within your friendships, within your partnerships, within your work. 3 of Pentacles. The power of 3. In my live earlier, I was taught, and in my workshop that I did earlier today, Quantum Leaping Through Fear, you know, I talked about how 3 is the seat of creation. Without 3, there is no creation. Where the hell does the 3 come from? Well, you have the 1, which is the beginning. Then you have the 2, which is the 1 split, but it's still its own whole. And then when you get 2 together, you create a 3rd, but you still have the 2. So you have a 1, 1, 1, and that creates the Holy Trinity. 1 mind, 1 heart, 1 body, each its sovereign, separate beings. 3 of Pentacles. Okay? This is what is possible. True harmony of your inner psyche, true harmony and you know, desire, mutual reciprocity, desire for growth and expansion, leading to 6 of Wands, joyfully moving in that direction. After 6 comes 7. So there's a progression here. 6 of Wands, leaning deeper into trust. How do you lean deeper into trust? You face your fears. You choose curiosity instead of fear. This is literally like the workshop that I did earlier. If you're interested in that, by the way, put a comment and I'll send you the link, or I'll send you the information about it. Okay? So this is what's possible right now. 6 of Swords, putting down the defenses and coming back home to ourselves, coming back home to our friends, coming back home to our families, putting down the pride, putting down the ego, putting down the, you know, petty bullshit, and recognizing the higher truth, seeing the higher truth. And if you have toxic ass family that you've cut out of your life, or toxic friends, you know, let that dead weight go. I'm talking about restoring and returning into connections that truly uplift and encourage and empower you, not drag you back down to the fucking muck that you just crawled out of. Okay? So that is the reading that I have for us here in the Pisces North Node. Thank you so much for being here today. And I'll see you next time when I see you. I send you so much love.